Hey, Francois.
Hey, how you doing? We are live. You got in, and I clicked the button.
Same time.
Go live. Is my camera blooming? Am I very bright? My face?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm just trying out a new Microsoft camera to see if it's going to give me a lot of difference. But wow, I got a new page on Facebook that it's live streaming management, and it's all black. It's all kind of funky. It's kind of cool, but where's the chat? Please bear with me. We're still setting up. So, what have you been up to today or this week?
Not much. Just starting to put some decals on the King Hauler.
Cool. You went with green.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just trying to get my chat window here and a bunch of stuff there. Shouldn't take that long. Come on. Go back to classic.
So I take it your hobby shop had that RC that you showed in your video there in that preview today.
Shh. Shh. Nobody knows yet.
Right.
Well, nobody knows. Only people that have seen the picture. There we go. Live control room. No, it's actually I bought it used,
Oh, nice.
and it's practically brand new. There's barely any scratch on it. It's kind of nice. It's very nice, and I got it for a very good price, so I can't complain.
Awesome.
Promised myself I wouldn't buy any more, but you know how it is.
Oh, yeah. It's a promise we're happy to break.
Travis RC is there. Hey, Travis, how's it going with the Jeep over there? You got it all set up yet? James Swift is there. Earl RC, John Martin. Are you doing? Some people are saying, hey, Green Frog. Hi, Kagan. Scottzilla, how are you? I did send everybody an email. You should have received it. If not, I can actually post it here also. Click here to join. So just click the link and you'll join in. And let me go see my stream right now to see if I need to fix this stupid camera or what. And of course, I'm trying to watch my own stream and I get caught with an ad.
Figures.
Hey, Team Vega RC, how are you doing? Just trying to get set up here, waiting for more people to get in here. Okay, that works. Shut. And now I got to open up all this stuff and about ARRMA. Did you, Kagan? You're gonna have to unmute yourself. Did you have a chance to look at all the new ARRMA stuff?
Now the Gen 4 stuff, it looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, it ARRMA, since it's been out, has been coming out with pretty robust stuff, and I'm happy to see where they're going and how they evolved. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, we need to see the differences between Gen 3 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Travis RC. Yeah, the problem is the Gen 7 and the Gen 8. Those trucks are a long wheelbase truck. So fitting that body on there is going to be very tricky. Cutting your frame rail from your Gen 7 could work, but I would maybe look into getting other frame rails first, or maybe hopefully you can get a replacement frame rail just in case you do screw it up. But yeah, you can chop it up.
Even Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
Scott's in the house. Did you win any race lately?
Did I win any races? No. Yeah. I've been to some races, but I haven't won any races.
You haven't won any? What have you been doing?
Bringing up the rear.
Bringing up the rear. My brother used to be called Slowpoke.
I just can't get it together in buggy. Short course, I'm okay. This last week I finished mid-pack, which wasn't okay. But
oh, yeah?
Buggy, I just can't. I can't get to the speed those other guys are at. I just can't. As much as I try. I think maybe I over-tried, but still, even if I didn't make any mistakes, I still wouldn't be as fast as those guys.
So did you have a chance to see what I posted on Facebook and also on my YouTube page about the new RC I got today?
Oh, no, I haven't. I was just watching the ARRMA one a little while ago.
Okay.
Are you going to wait till there's more people here to surprise us all, or?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I guess that camera is probably a little bit better. Trying out 3 different cameras, and from some odd reason, they're blooming a lot. I got my 2 side lights like really pointing at the background to light up the background and not really at me. But I guess it is still getting me a little bit. So I'm playing with my lighting right now to see if I can change some things up.
I've got a shop light in here, one of those LED ones.
Okay.
I wish it had a dimmer switch on it, because it's like 5,600 Kelvin or something like that. It's blinding. I mean, it's great for working on stuff, but not for this type of stuff.
Yeah. We're all getting older, so we need more lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. I move the lights a little bit. Let's see if that's going to be a little bit better. I think that's better. Mind you, I did shut off a pot light that was right over my head. I think that's the one that was causing me more problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with here.
And that's the other one. That's the Microsoft one. And what's going on in the chat? Hey, we got Outback Jack there in this chat. Yeah, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you can, if you liked it. If you don't, well, just let me know why, and we'll try to fix it. Something with my bandwidth, I can't fix that, though. Hey, 11 Charlie. Earl RC's in the house. Grant RC, 11 Charlie, Steve OD. Oh, Steve OD looks like he's been sick all day.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
I'll get better, Steve OD, or get on camera, and if you puke, we'll get it on video. Because if you don't get it on video, it didn't happen. One of my buddy here in Ottawa, he wants to get sell his 4.19 flat iron from Proline. So I asked him to send me a picture, and I don't like him that much. I don't like the look of him. So I said, no, thanks.
What kind of vehicle is that, a flat iron?
No, it's a pair of tires. Proline
Oh, okay.
or tires.
They come with beadlocks or anything?
Back up the computer. Laptop. Maybe I should grab another camera, put it on the side so I can show off the car. Maybe I can do like RC Basher Boy and just put a camera facing the car and me talking all night. Whoa, moving all the cameras around. If only we were pros at this. There. Now I can use my other camera, put it off to the side, show off some side angle views. Okay. Which Mini 8 did you have, Scott?
I had the last one that they did before they stopped making them. Kind of had like a truggy body on it.
Okay. The Truggy? The one with the cage or not the
Well,
cage?
it's not a truggy, but it was a truggy style of a body. It was kind of square box. It wasn't that round cockpit one like you have.
Okay. So, what I picked up today is this guy.
Nice. Nice.
So the new Mini 8, the one that has a long wheelbase.
Yeah.
So let me just present to everybody. So this is the one I got. It is the white one. And this thing still has the box. And this thing is in mint condition.
Nice.
Oh my God, it was. No, I'm just kidding. So just like in unboxing, we have to show the box. So these are the hop-ups for the box. You put these on, and your truck will go faster. Yeah, right. So the guy said he broke something in the front, I think the front bumper or something. So he had to buy a whole cage, a spare cage set. I don't know how much he paid for that. But I have all the parts left over. So he used only one part, and I got all the leftovers. So if something happens to the cage, I got spare parts. But I don't know what he hit or how he hit, because this thing is mint.
Wow.
So here it is. There's not a scratch on the body that I can see. The shocks are like brand new. Like there's no dust. The rear tires were a little dirty, but the rest of the car, like the arms, even the underside, there's no scratch on the aluminum except for a little tiny scratch in the front here. That's the only scratch. Other than that, there's nothing.
Wow. Looks new to me.
So, and I like the way you put the battery on here and how you turn it on. Hey, it's still on right now. Let me turn it off. So it's basically the same thing as yours, except that yours has a different body. This
Yeah,
one
well,
has,
mine's like yours, is different body. Oh, you mean chassis wise?
yeah. So yours has this cage?
No, no, no. Mine's a buggy, just like yours, just different body.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. So I thought I was all finished changing the connector, but now I'm going to have to put a Dean's on here. So I use Dean's. I picked it up. Like, there's no dust on here. This thing is brand new. It's just crazy.
It looks real nice.
And I'm happy I only paid $150 for it.
Oh wow, that's a screaming deal.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Wow.
valve
Because that's
broke because it was winter.
Canadian. This was worth well over $380 something. They were selling it Canadian. It was like a friggin', not a ripoff, but it was expensive.
Yeah, I paid $249 US for mine.
Yeah. So I'm happy. Even the wing that has nothing. He wanted to sell me a LiPo battery for it for an extra 25, but I got lots of LiPos here. So I told him no thanks. So I think he was disappointing. I think he wanted to get rid of his small LiPos. All his other cars are big, so I don't know if he's going to be using it or not. And when I picked it up, the only thing he said is he couldn't find the two little tiny body pins. So I said, don't worry, I got lots of them at home. So, but I'm happy with this. I'll give it a try tomorrow. I'll run it around and make it dirty.
There you go. You know, the only thing I didn't like about my buggy is when it flipped over, it never landed back on its tires. I guess that big wing kept it from rolling over back onto its wheels.
Okay. Well, I found that was a problem with the other one also, but the other one had a shorter wheelbase.
Yeah.
So I found it really flipped. It really flipped a lot. But when you look at this one, the Mini 8, and you look at this one, it's quite significant, the wheelbase.
Yeah. Well, I have that body on my car, on my buggy, the one you have in your right hand. I have that body on my car.
It's a truggy body you have.
Yeah, but I have that body. I bought two of those and I painted them.
Well, this body doesn't fit on yours. It's impossible unless you have the shorter version.
I must have the shorter one then.
Because this pin, where this pin and this pin hooks on, it's not the same with this because the body length are much longer. So like it can't fit.
One
I have
chassis
the
metal
buggy
and one's
version.
plastic.
I know you
also,
keep telling me that I have the longer one, but I've never argued with you because I figure you've been at this longer than I have, and you know better.
Does one have a
But I
metal
have
chassis?
that original body on. I had to move the ESC to get it to fit in there, but it's the body I have on mine.
Cool. Thank you to RS Racing. Make you moderator. I'm going to give you a wrench. What the wrench means is you can post links, but guys, don't post anything bad. Add as moderator. BLX Matt, how are you doing? So why don't you get your mini your Losi and let's do some measuring and we'll see which one you got.
Okay. Let me get my flashlight because it's on the other end of the garage.
Thanks, BLX. Wonder if I should make NetCruiser or C a moderator. Just kidding. Wonder if I should stuff my Kong head diff full of marine grease. Would that be a bad idea? Well, grease is always good for gears, but filling it up pack hard, it might be not good. those are not sealed bearings anyways, not bearing, but sealed diffs, where it might leak out after a bit.
So this is the body it came with.
Okay.
But I didn't like it. I liked the original one. So I bought a couple of them real cheap on eBay, and I painted one of them.
Yeah, that's the original one, I'm pretty sure.
Well, the body is, but yeah. But this is the body that came with it when I bought it. I just bought the old bodies because I like the old ones better.
Yeah. So if you measure from pin to pin, you got inches or centimeters?
Inches.
You're in inches. 7 3/8.
That's the first one.
Where you're measuring from again?
Pin to pin.
Pin to pin. 7 3/8.
Which pins?
Body pin.
Oh, the body pins? Okay.
No, not the body pins. The nut. The
Okay.
wheel, from wheel nut to wheel nut. 7 3/8.
Yeah, I guess about 7.5.
Yeah, close to 7.5. Yeah, but yeah, the other ones, the new one, you're looking at 9 inches.
That's what she
That's
said.
how much difference there is. But yeah, I'm like you. I like the old style body, which is like this.
It's not dirty, but
Yeah, it just gives it class.
yeah, it's dust. It's not even cool dirt. I haven't painted the other one up. I was thinking about painting it my racing colors, so it's even more annoying.
And this one did come with the SRX 200 receiver. So it is not a DMX receiver.
Not Dasher Boy friendly.
Dasher Boy's not going to like that one.
Right? So when are you going to take it out for its maiden run?
Probably tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
It's
Is it
still
warmed up over there yet?
Hey?
Is it warmed up over there enough yet?
Yeah, it's nice during the day. It's just still lots of ice in my driveway.
Yeah.
It's very wet, so things are melting, which is good.
Yeah. I got used to the snow when I was stationed in North Dakota, but I don't think I'd go back to the snow if I had the choice. Oh, yeah, that's bad.
So which shocks are you cleaning now?
These are the rear shocks to my short course truck, my Techno. Okay. I was watching a video of the last race, and I saw it just bouncing. It's like, man, that looks like it doesn't have oil. Yeah. You can actually hear the piston moving in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So let's see what the other one looks like.
There, it can be like Basher Boy or Axiomatics and put my hands in there and be a hand model. Need to raise that camera so it has a down view of it. Will look better. Somebody's chatting.
I thought I'd use my tablet tonight, but that just points up at the ceiling, so I decided just to go and use my phone again.
Okay. Yeah, this new remote, it's the first time I get that remote also with this one. Usually it's a bunch of different remotes, but it's the first time I have that one. So here's the remote that everybody hates.
Oh, wow. What model is that one?
That's a SPMS TX200.
Oh, wow. I got a
SPMS.
DX2 with mine, I believe.
So yes, the wheel is hard. So it's hard plastic. And it does kind of feel weird. And it's the first time I actually held it in my hands today. And yes, it does. If it does feel weird, I have to back off my hand on it. So when I'm holding it, I actually have to not put my palm behind it like this, or else it's not comfortable for me. I got big hands. But I find that the proportion of backward to forward, like it's a heck of a lot more forward than there is backward. Like backward, there's barely any movement, and forward there's like a long travel. So, which is okay. Like you're never going to go as fast backward, but it's very odd. It just feels different. But I guess I can do like Kagan. I think it's you, Kagan, that wraps some stuff around to make the handle bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Some rope.
Paracord.
Paracord?
Yeah.
Now, did you put glue on behind there for it to hold it, or it just holds by...
Yeah, I tie a knot at the top, and then I just overlay it. You wrap a loop, and then hook your paracord through the loop and tie it. So every time there's a loop that knots it and tightens it and runs diagonally down.
Okay.
I should do a video on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool. That's what I might do with this one. I might try it out. So
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty small. But I like the fact that it does have the 50, 75, 100, especially for beginners. If you have kids, to me that's very good. You set this at 50%, and you tell the kid, okay, go have fun with it. And then the more they learn, you turn it up. Don't tell them you're doing that, because they'll play with the switch. And it does have a throttle, the throttle rate also, so I have to read up on that. But before, I was putting everything on one remote, or trying to put everything on one remote, but I basically stopped doing that because my son has to drive it also. So I found that I was trying. If he drove the car, I couldn't drive it. So that's why now he's got his car, I got my car, and a lot of cars I have now have their own remote like that. He can play with it, or I can play with it, or we both have our cars and we can play at the same time. If everything's on one remote, we can't share the cars. So.
It's nice to have one remote to run all your cards, but when you have a problem with your own remote, that's kind
true.
of a scary thing too. Only one I run is that DX6R, and the last 2 out of the 3 races I went to, it wouldn't boot because it's got that Android operating system, and it kept rebooting and rebooting. And so I pulled the battery out, and I cold started it. What do you call it? Cold booting it? Yeah. So it came back up after that, but by the time it came up, the battery was almost dead.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So the second time it happened to me, I knew right away, just pull the battery and start over. But it still took a long time.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah, that would.
Especially when you got a race coming up.
Yeah.
You can't get to the track because your radio will turn on. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody laughs at me as it is because it takes so long for my radio to turn on. That's why I usually don't even turn it off at the race.
Okay.
I just turn the screen off, kind of like your cell phone. As long as the screen's off, it's not really using that much battery. And I come to the docking station where I can dock it and it'll charge, but I never really have to use it as long as I turn the screen off.
BLX Matt RC saying that we should this RC needs a can opener to be a good remote, a bottle opener to open beers. Mind you, most beers are all twist off now.
Yeah.
But I like ARRMA's website. They done a good job on the website. I should pull
haven't
the
been to the
website
website
up
too often, but I know when the last models came out, I was looking for information on my ARRMA electronics that I have in my monster truck, and I was real impressed with their website then. It got better. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see if I can't change camera again.
I don't know why our local hobby shop doesn't carry ARRMA.
Don't know. I almost got the same guy was selling a ARRMA two-wheel drive buggy, the long buggy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a brushed buggy, so that's what kind of turned me off a little bit on it. The price was good also, but that thing was brand new also, and I like those long buggies. It almost looked like a Glamis, not the Glamis, but the other one that RC Basher Boy has.
All right.
Link me to join. I didn't find it on Facebook. I thought I put it on Facebook. Oh no, I opened up, but I didn't put it. Hold on, let me find you. We're gonna have the pro guy on ARRMA going to talk to us about ARRMA. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know what's the biggest difference between version 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So
I get confused with that too.
The evolution, because I don't have any ARRMA, and the only ARRMA I've seen is from the other one. Yes, it is an ARRMA Raider, I believe he had for sale. So I almost picked it up, but I didn't have too much money. Plus, this the money I paid for this was supposed to pay for my body that I was going to get Steph from the LED wheel to 3D print for me. So I was about to give him a call, say, okay, start printing. I have the money. And then this actually showed up. And then I go, darn, I'm going to have to wait a little longer. Yeah. So. But it's been a while. I wanted the new Mini 8 because of the long wheelbase. Now this one does not have AVS, I think it's called from them, the traction control to make sure it goes in a straight line, which I don't mind. I like driving, and I like learning how to ease off the throttle or hit the throttle so it doesn't sway.
Yeah, mine has the ABS on it. I can't say that I've really used it. I think when I was running it, I was running it like at 25% because I could tell when I come into a turn and I want to throttle, it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, Earl wants to get a multi-channel transmitter. Yeah, that would be good. GTB3C, I think that's the one I have. I'm not sure. Which one? Here it is. Too many remotes. Yeah, the C. FSGT3C. That's the one that does have a rechargeable battery on this one. So this one is nice. I actually lost a foam on mine, so I got to find a replacement foam. But other than that, this is the hack version. So I think I can put up to 12 channel on this, I think, and use all their receivers. So this one is kind of nice. I've got this on a lot of cars right now. So it's a nice remote, this one. And the GT3C is pretty cheap nowadays. So hey, John, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
So you
looking little Logie that you got?
Yeah, it's a nice little car.
Yeah.
So I noticed you decided to go on the bandwagon and do a ARRMA video also.
I did. When I saw they've updated everything this morning, I was like, oh, I better do that. And then I saw everyone else was doing the same thing. So then I went hunting down the parts. So yeah, it took me a little bit longer than I wanted to, but it's good. It's cool. They updated more than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, and I did glance through your video real quick. I will probably tomorrow watch it all while I'm working. I like having background noise behind me. But I noticed that you went more detail, especially on the parts, and that the compatibility of the parts also, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they keep making minor revisions through. It seems like every year they've made a change. So I just kind of went over some of the new version 4 parts that are going to be what people want when they become available. Specifically, that tower-to-tower chassis brace and the new motor mount with the center diff mount with it. Those are excellent new parts. So I was trying to, for myself, I wanted to find out what the part numbers were, and then I figured I'd share it out too. So, yeah, we can talk about that a bit if you want to talk about what they added in version 4 and version 3 and whatnot.
Sure, and that's what basically I call the video for tonight. It's actually RC Talk Live, to ARRMA or not to ARRMA.
Sure, I think we should ARRMA.
So the big buzz for today is ARRMA, because everybody on all the social media, well, that I noticed, everybody was talking about it. So let me pull up a web page real quick.
Yeah, we knew something was coming today, but we didn't know what. Well, I saw in some of the other videos people posted today, they said it did leak out, but I never saw the leak, so I had no clue until it came out. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be another 3S revision, not a 6S lineup change.
So are they re-releasing the Outcasts, or did they never stop putting out the Outcast?
They never stopped.
Oh, okay. So they just had an Outcast and a Notorious with a different body.
Yeah, yeah, that's their weirdest dual truck setup, because it's literally the exact same thing, besides the body and the stickers. That's the only difference between those.
Huh.
Somebody was pointing out last week the springs are softer on one than the other.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's news to me. Now, I don't own either of those, but yeah, when I was trying to do comparisons, I haven't done like that deep of a dive comparing part number to part number between them, but
wasn't that
possible.
The Aussie guy was saying that the rear shocks were weaker on one of them?
They have been making the springs that come on the trucks stiffer every version, it seems. Version 1, they were really weak. They were very saggy. Version 2, I think they thickened the oil or made the pistons a little bit different. Version 3, they definitely made the springs stiffer on a couple of the versions. As well as in version 3, they went to a 4mm shock shaft. So the whole shock internals are different on version 3 and version 4 versus version 1 and version 2.
Okay.
Version 1, you definitely want to avoid. Version 1 is by far the worst, including electronics that are like a fire hazard and were all recalled. So if you're shopping for a used ARRMA and you see a Creighton that has knobby style tires and a red motor and a red speed control, you might want to avoid that, because well, if it made it this long, it's impressive, because it should have burnt up already, but or been recalled. They did have an active recall on that where they swapped out electronics.
Okay.
Version 2 and up, I'd be fine. You know, anyone should buy a version 2 and up. Even with the new versions that came out, I have no problem recommending the older ones. They're still very, very good. It's just iterative improvements.
I'm impressed on the speed of it out of the box.
Yeah, and they upped the speeds too on some of these new version 4s. They got even faster.
Okay. Like on the 6S, on the two buggies, like on this one, on the Typhoon, to me, this is what I would love to have before a monster truck basher or whatever would be the buggy. Yeah,
I have a version 2 Typhon, and I've been very happy with it. It's super tough, good for bashing, good enough to do basic 8-scale racing with. Yeah, I've been quite pleased with it.
It's just a style of a 1/8 buggy when they jump and how they control and how they are in the air. It's just completely different than a monster truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot more agile.
Yeah.
You don't quite have as quick of air control because you have less rotating mass by the smaller tires, but they are way more agile for sure.
But these tires look pretty good. Like they did say they're up-to-date tires, and they don't seem to balloon as much, which is good. Because when you have that speed, you don't want ballooning.
Yeah, if they're putting 70 miles an hour on the box, they've definitely made those tires a little bit stronger and a little bit lower profile to be able to handle those speeds safely, quote unquote. But yeah, they kind of took the same design that they came out last year with the Italian, which gave it a speed dish with the lightweight design, and then the same tread type, and just shrunk it down to buggy size.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, everything that they've been doing, everything that came out today, I liked, except for the radio change and maybe the connector change, just because that's a bit of a pain.
Yeah. Tony is saying, don't they have both the Notorious and the Outcast?
They do. Yes, they're selling both. Both are active models. They're
And the only difference on those are the bodies, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah. Kagan was saying that one of them might have selling both active models.
I guess I would.
The only difference on those are the bodies, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Larry, you still have
We got feedback from our new join.
Larry, you still have the old video, the live stream, still playing. So make sure you mute that because the Hangout stream is ahead. So once you got that fix, unmute yourself.
So is Tony's question, what's the difference between Outcast and Notorious, or what's the difference in the new?
No, he just wanted to know if they have both the Notorious and the Outcast. I'm the one that actually said the only difference I think is the body.
He was asking the difference.
He has another question.
There we go. I think I've got it fixed there, Tank. Thank you.
Yep, you're good.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty illiterate on this stuff yet.
all good. Tony has another question. What's the difference? Any ARRMA user, what's the difference? Any ARRMA?
I think we answered it, unless he was asking about what the new version 4 stuff is.
Okay.
If you want to know what's new about this buggy, it's wheels and tires. They went back to aluminum shock caps. Last year they were plastic. There's a new wing. You get a new adjustable motor mount, a new easy access center diff mount, and a bunch of other minor little changes that just make it stronger and easier to work on.
I think they'll have replacement A-arms for this one.
They will, because they didn't change that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a new motor mount here.
Yeah, that's the new motor mount. It's a 2-piece design, so it's got the little slide part, and then the other part is what allows you to finally remove the center diff from the top to be able to lift it out. Whereas before you had to take out all the screws from the bottom and then remove the whole motor mount and diff assembly all at once, and it was a real pain.
Mm-hmm.
So it all is great. That whole system is excellent. Very, very pleased to see they made that.
Well, I hope it is tough, because I know that they used to have a system similar to that on the axial Exo buggy. But that motor mount was always breaking because of the torque. So hopefully this one is going to be nice and strong.
Yeah, I'm hoping they did some thorough testing on it, because that is one potential downside, is that if you're going to be bashing these things super hard, the impacts could move it, right? The only thing that's holding the mesh is now 2 screws in the top.
In the top, yeah.
That stop it from moving. So you now have more of a fine adjustment to adjust your mesh and change your gearing, but if you don't really crank those screws down, if you have a really bad landing, it could strip your gears or back it off or whatever, and you'll have some problems. So yeah.
Yeah, you see it better here on top where the 2 screws are.
Yeah, as far as I know, that's the only 2 screws where you can adjust your. There's nothing on the bottom. It's all from the top now.
Yeah. And this is with the center diff out. You see where it actually sits here in the center.
Yeah.
That makes it pretty nice to do the gear lash, you know.
Yeah, it makes
Right.
it easier to. Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, it does. I
I
like
don't know, but I've been looking at that Notorious pretty hard ever since the first time I seen it.
Okay.
Is this buggy the only one that's come up with this type and the only one that's come up with these new changes, or are they changing all of them?
They did all of them except for the Centon short course. Everything else got the updated parts. Yeah.
Cool.
Let me go find, which one did you want to look at? The Notorious?
Yeah.
There's the Outcast.
Yeah, you can look at Notorious. And everything except for the buggy got the new tower-to-tower center brace, which is, as far as I know, that's like the first production RC that has that, and that's pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just kind of like that body on those things. You know, it's that old
Yeah.
pickup truck looking body thing. That's
So this one looks like this one. You can also take it from the top. Looks.
Yeah, all of them. All of them you can now, except for the Centon that didn't get updates.
So this one has 5-bolt center diff removal for this one. It's a little bit different than the buggy. So this one has 5-bolt center diff removal for this one. Oh, somebody has the audio on again. So, you mute the other audio, please. Yeah, and I guess because of the center brace, that's why they have this bridge here.
Yeah, so actually this view I didn't see before. This is the new view where on that Y piece you're looking at, or X piece, is new, and it actually sits on the body.
Yeah,
so
inner
on
body.
on the Outcast and the Notorious, it gets extra body protection.
Yeah, because if ever you squish, it's going to stop, and all the weight's going to transfer on this body motor mount. Not motor mount, the center.
pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, I saw that this morning. I had the Outcast, and looking at that, with it being curved, I think that's designed to squish a bit and flex, because the little at the bottom you'll see just below the brace there's 2 pins run along, and they're obviously still in there. And if you landed really heavily on the Outcast before on the top, the pins would snap, and it's you wouldn't notice it to start with until the body looks like crushed over.
Oh yeah.
Because when it snaps, you can't see it. Nothing happens. The body just suddenly, you take one big landing and the body suddenly squishes over, and it's only at that point you realise the pin's gone. But I think it should flex more. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they made it more of a bumper versus a cage.
Yeah, I do wonder how long it'll be before those 4 screw holes, how long it'll take before they punch through the body.
I don't know. But they must have done some testing on it to say that, okay, it's good enough, or it's going to last longer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that red bar that's in that picture right now, that's the center brace?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the new tower-to-tower brace. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
That's what I was looking at too. I'm going, man, that thing ought to take even more abuse than what I've seen videos on. You know, it's
really, it's great.
Really,
you see the center brace now from front to back.
I love that, because that's what I was gonna make one for my Creighton, and now I don't have to. Now I'm just gonna buy the parts, because I was gonna do I was gonna take my old mashed X-Max drive shaft and jam it in there like Talbot's done, and now I don't have to.
Okay. And here's the new radio that everybody loves to hate.
well, that's why I joined. I was kind of wondering about the Spectrum stuff. You know, if they're still doing stuff with it in these ARRMAs. You know.
Well, they're to me they're trying to cut the costs and trying to where you can cut the costs is in the electronics. That's where it's going to cost you the most when you sell these cars or manufacture these cars.
You will notice on that radio, it's got no bind button on there. And it's slightly unusual that to bind it, you turn the steering full to the right before turning it on to put it in bind mode.
Really?
Just if anybody happens to get one and wonders how to do it, that's how you do it.
Different. That's definitely different.
Yeah, it is.
With the bind plug in the receiver, well, on some of the receivers, but it will work with ones that have got the little bind button on there as well.
Okay.
And that's the new one on the Axial. It looks the same, identical. I unboxed the Axial 1.9 yesterday.
1.9, yeah, same
That's
radio.
the same,
Yeah, it's the same.
same transmitter.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's quite fully featured. It's got you can reverse the throttle, you can reverse the steering. You've got steering rate, steering trim, throttle rate, and throttle trim on there.
Cool.
Yeah,
And we have Miles RC just joined us. How are you doing, Miles?
How's it going?
How's it going, Miles?
And Miles,
You guys hear me?
Hey, Jordan.
Yep, sure can.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I want to know something. Both of you went racing last weekend.
There's so many people
Did you
talking
go
right now.
head-to-head versus? Did you go head-to-head versus one another in one of the race?
No, Jordan was too fast. so he was
That's what I wanted to know. Who was fastest?
Jordan was faster.
So
All
he
right,
got
I just
in
closed the stream so I can actually hear you guys now.
Okay. So,
What's up?
So Jordan, I just heard that you were faster than John at the race, so you got into a different class.
Yeah, well, he was having some technical issues. I was helping him out to get up there, but unfortunately that was at the end of the races, so qualifiers were over, so his mains were kind of set.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, it went all the way down to like J main, and I was in the E main, and I think he was in like the K main or something like that, wasn't it?
I think it was an H. So I was never in the
H.
well, yeah, I was in stock sedan. I was in H. I was in the last main, which is the worst main.
Oh, yeah.
But then in USGT, I was like two up from the bottom, I think, in USGT.
Yeah, and in USGT I was in the D main.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's just say if you were going to be in the A or the B, you were like a top tier sponsored racer. Like you were best of the best to get into those groups. It was pretty crazy how fast people were going.
Yeah.
Well,
Sam
it's fun
Langer
that they had a lot of
from down in Kingston. Sam Langer from down in Kingston, he's like he is the fastest guy around, and he only won the B main. He didn't even get into the A main. That's how crazy competition was.
Yeah.
Cool. But it looked like you guys had a lot of fun over there, and I'm glad that they had a lot of classes or mains, like so everybody could stay on and race. That was good.
Well, yeah, it was non-stop. I mean, there was literally no breaks besides just some very important like announcements and giveaways. That was the only time it stopped for like 4 days straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 7 a.m. till midnight straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
The hours was not what I was expecting. Like I knew it was going to be long, but I didn't think that I would have to be there from like sun up till midnight every day, just to keep aware of what was happening and do what I needed to do.
So it was a long day for you guys. A really long day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go back to ARRMA real quick. So I presented the. Let's go back where we were. This has the. Oh, Tony just messaged me. Let's see what he wants to talk about. He's not going to join us. He's heading to bed. Early flight tomorrow. Well, you have a good flight, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah. Be careful in the air, Don.
Enjoy your trip. I know it's work, but still fun to travel.
Cool. So looks like they got a servo saver built into the arms. So this is the new one for 2019. And this is a 2018 model.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the difference here is on the bottom. Other than that, I'm not sure what changed.
I think that's kind of it. I mean, I was trying to look at that a bit more in the exploded parts diagram. It's hard to tell how you adjust it now. Before,
Yeah.
on 2018 and 2017, there was the black part was a thumb screw. It's like on a shock. You could adjust it.
Yeah.
This other one, I'm not sure what's locking it in place where they say it will never loosen off.
Yeah, and I don't see how either, because it looks like this is a nut that goes from underneath it, unless you add spacers. If you add spacer, you'll tighten it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it's locked, how are you supposed to tighten it?
It does look like that. Now you mention it, that black ring there looks like it might similar to shock one you find in a shock, isn't it, when you put spacers in?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it's for. It's to tighten the spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess maybe you have to add, but that's going to make it a real pain if you want to tighten it up. Then you got to take it all apart to add spacers.
Yeah, probably.
The thing of it is, with those ARRMAs and the 6S ones, if you hit something doing 50 or 60 miles an hour, the servo save is really less of your worries.
Yeah.
True.
Well, in racing, we often, like in the off-road, we don't use servo savers at all because it just makes the steering wonky. In on-road, you need it though, because when you hit walls, it'll strip your servo.
So the capture ball, that's a good idea. Mind you, I've seen this before on other ones, other companies, but this is probably a bigger one, bigger ball on the rod end. So on yours right now, do they have the cap on the rod ends?
I can grab one. Just a second.
Yeah, that does seem new. I don't think my
no, it's not. Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah. I've never had a problem. I've had quite a few. I think I've had about 8 or 9 of the success cars, and I've never had a problem with the ball ends popping off though.
No, me either.
I guess some people did have issues because it did do with that change.
Yeah. Well, you can imagine if you come up like a 45-degree angle to the ground, like in the air, if you twisted in the air and hit on the ground, I could see it popping off if you were doing like some serious air.
Yeah.
You have to take a wheel off to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks very similar, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Looks like let me show you here. Looks like they just made the screw head bigger, so you're not going to be able to, that's going to be a hard thing to see, but the screw head is just way smaller. That's about it.
Okay, so the screw head is, your screw head, is it smaller than the ball?
It's about the same size. So
okay, yeah, I can see it better now.
Yeah, so it could pop through, but like Richie said, I've never had that pop through, and I've been in some pretty horrendous wrecks.
Okay,
and that's never come apart for me ever.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing they changed, which is to add the little silicone on these, that has certainly backed out on me before. So that's a nice thing that they've done. So they made it so that those won't back out anymore.
So what you're saying is the silicone here on top, there's a little silicone bead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, thought for the day, guys. How many hours will it be until Traxxas release a new car? Every time ARRMA release something, within a matter of days, Traxxas are in there, bang, with something.
Well, wait a minute. Traxxas did release something last week, and nobody talked about it.
What was it?
Thank you, John.
Suspense. Pause. They did release some new summits.
Ooh.
Really? Like V2, so like 2.0
No.
Summit?
No, the only
New colors.
difference is the paint job.
Oh.
Yeah, orange one.
Really?
Yeah, they have a new orange color. And the
Really?
paint scheme is a little bit different than what they originally have. So they added a orange color to the Traxxas.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's a big woohoo!
yeah, I've wondered if they were going to release the completely new Summit because it keeps regularly going out of stock on the Traxxas website. Somebody asked me, a couple of people have asked me about it on like in the chat and said, "Rich, any news? Do you know what's going on with the Summit?" And so I've been keeping an eye on it regularly. It's out of stock more than it's in stock.
Yeah. Well, the E-Revo and the Summit are two of the same. Now they've came out with a new Revo 2.0, but they haven't with the Summit yet. But is it because they can't get the gears to work in the new E-Revo style? I don't know.
Yeah, it's because some of the cars are sort of towards the end of their age life, I would think. I mean, I know they want to keep them the same so that people are happy with like parts supply and stuff like that. But I think when they look at what people brought out in the past, some of their cars are well over a decade old now. And
Cool. So I'll put back presenting since. Sorry for that pause break talking about tracks.
It's a topic.
The topic is to ARRMA or not to ARRMA.
All right. Okay.
Real steel body.
I got approved to buy one from my wife the other day.
Nice. There you go. Order it up.
Order it up.
Well, I told her, I said, well, let's get some gravel up here first before we get it. Gravel's about $700 a load. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do like that Notorious body. It's sweet looking. It really is.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So this is a trick with that a lot of manufacturers have started doing, which is nice, is that they paint under it. They paint under the body in silver, and then they paint the body on top. And when you scratch it up, it looks like real steel. So once you scratch, you start to see the steel under it, which is nice.
There was something I noticed watching Aussie RC Playground's unboxing of the new Typhon, the buggy today. He kept saying, "Oh, it's so nice. It has a satin or a matte finish," but that one doesn't have real steel. He flipped it over and he showed the inside, and it's still the normal, painted on the outside one. So it's the stickers. The new Typhon has a ton of stickers on it, and it's the stickers have like a matte coating on them.
Okay.
But it looked to me like the red was still glossy.
Yeah. They probably did this only on the trucks. I don't know.
Yeah, as for our ARRMA's lineup, the only one that I'm aware of that has that is the Notorious. I
think it's only on the Notorious. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have body clips retainers that comes with the truck. That's nice.
Yeah, you can buy those separately. You can buy them separately. They're quite easy to fit. You drill, I think it's a 2 or 3 mil hole.
Oh, I know. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it for years with the Slash.
Yeah, you can buy an ARRMA part that has like a kit of clips and the retainers.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I have them somewhere.
And the last picture for that is the rear. So we have a rear, and they have a wheelie bar on this guy.
Well, let's not start going pornographic here.
No, we're keeping the body on today.
That's gracious.
I wasn't sure if that changed. It's a while ago since I first sold my Outcast on. I wasn't sure if that wheelie bar's sitting higher now or not. If anybody can tell me that, because it's what only 90-degree wheelies can do. I mean, I can remember it wheeling fairly high, but I can't remember it sitting quite that high. But somebody who's got one might comment on it.
I don't know. I did add that to my Creighton, and as far as I know, it would only go in the one way. So it's based on the wing mount.
Okay. Yeah.
So the wheelie bar and the wing mount's all one piece then.
Looks like it.
Bounce up all on one piece. Is that right?
The wheelie bar is part of the wing mount?
It is a separate part that bolts in, so it is removable. It's not all one piece. No. So you can break one or the other, and they're separate parts.
Okay.
Or both at the same time.
Yeah, or both. But they're pretty strong. I have not broken a wing mount or a wheelie bar on it, but doesn't mean
Are
that
those 14 millimeter hex or 17 millimeter hex?
They're 17 mil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on all the 6S cars, they're 17 mil and 14 mil on the 3S ones.
And you get a really nice wheel wrench with all those 6S ARRMAs. It's a great tool. I keep these around. They're excellent. Like that's a good $20 tool at the hobby shop, or maybe $15.
So you have to buy a $600
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
$20
You get a good wheel wrench.
Yeah, now John's scaring me and thinking back as to how much money I've spent as to how many of those I've got in my toolbox.
Yeah, really. So the eBay winners don't get the tool back.
A long time ago.
So I guess ARRMA is showing you guys how to drive the truck. You have to drive this way.
Stunt truck.
There's some tips on jumping it on one of those videos. It shows you what percentage of throttle to give and when to brake on it. I think on one of the
that was on the other one. I'm not sure if they're going to show it on this one. It's on the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if we can go back.
I missed that. They show you what? They show you when to brake in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a video, like a little explanation of doing front flips and back flips.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's on the Notorious. Yeah, I think it is Notorious.
Can you guys still hear me all right? I'm not sure where my audio is coming out of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I got a whole face cam set up and everything, but I haven't figured out how to do the mic yet.
Go see the Outcast. Yeah, I actually showed that on my video that I made this morning, saying that they show you how to actually do stunts. Come on, where are you?
Oh.
Here it is. Wheelie. Here's how to do wheelie. And there's a short little video. I will not play it because originally I played only a minute of their video, and I put it in my video stream, and right away it got flagged as content.
Content ID.
Yeah, so I removed that video. I re-rendered it without that video, and I reposted my video. So here it is. Here's how to do it. 30% throttle. What happened if you go 31%? It won't work?
Probably not.
Truck will blow up.
And then you hit it at 100%. Once it starts lifting off, you ease off on the trigger and go from 50 to 80. That's how to do a wheelie.
So what happens if you got a slow trigger finger and you leave it at 100 too long? Backflip?
You'll probably get a backflip. Here's a standing backflip, which is exactly what you're saying. You go from 0 to 100%. And then when you get back on the front wheel, you hit the brakes. And then go forward 50%.
Yeah, interesting. When I had mine, it wouldn't do the standing back with the stock gear. It would only do it with the optional pinion on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think on 6S you'll have much trouble.
No, even on 6S. I had the Onyx 50C 5400 milliamp packs they recommend for the car. Yeah, it just would. It nearly get that. It wouldn't do it. And then somebody said, "Oh, try the speed pinion. It'll do it every time. Change the speed pinion." And yeah, you could get like doubles off the ground.
Wow.
Yet you'd think it'd want to flip more with the smaller pinion because it'd have more torque, more acceleration on there.
Yeah. So here's a big air backflip. Now you got to go flip 70%. They don't tell you how far though, or how much angle you need to get it off the air. I'm just toying with you guys.
Yeah,
So
and then increasing the throttle in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you're in the air, that's when you hit the trigger to give it rotational spin with your tires, and then when you land, you go down to 80 and to 50 after, or keep punching it, one or the other. A rolling backflip.
How about you just send it full throttle?
That's it.
Could do that too. That would be a double backflip.
Yeah. On 6S, I'm sure it would.
Here's a front flip. Front flip are harder to do though.
Yes, they are.
The simple reason is that when you're going up, as soon as you hit the jump, that's when you got to start hitting your brakes. And then it starts to do the backflip.
I did a perfect front flip with a short course truck on 2S once at a racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Okay, here's your double
It
backflip.
involved someone else rear-ending me though. Come on.
Was it me? I don't think it was me.
Yeah, well, one time we were racing and you hit me right going off the double jump, and I did a front flip, landed, and kept on going.
Oh yeah. So here's the full throttle once you're in the air. So theoretically, you should be able to do a double backflip. And if your ramp is big enough and you get enough air, you might be able to do more than a double. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes in two colors.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would
I'm
add
probably gonna get one of
to
these
the Outcast. Because I know it's subjective, but I personally like the look of the Outcast body more, but I kind of want it to be able to have that scratched off, scuffed look.
Right.
And I think the orange would look really cool in matte.
Okay.
So anyway, didn't get that, but
So this one did not get the body.
I don't think so. I don't
No,
think
It's just the neck part that's got the actual body. Yeah.
John, you know how easy that like scuff paint job is to do?
it's just
All you
like
gotta do-
plastic dip, isn't it?
All you gotta do is you paint the body silver from the inside, and then you paint it whatever color you want from the outside, and then when the outside paint chips off, it'll be silver underneath.
Oh, I know.
I was going to say, John, if you send me your entire car, I can guarantee I can send it back to you suitably scuffed.
Yeah, really.
You guys just mean.
The question is, will they be bringing out an A-Test X-Max rival soon? My gut feel still is that they are.
Well, I was chatting with the Horizon rep today about some of the new ones, and she's like, "We got a lot more coming. There's a lot more new ARRMAs coming in 2019. So
Wow.
something's up."
Something's up.
Just trying to pull up the Traxxas website right now.
The what? The Traxxas website? You're going to show
Traxxas
us? The,
website, yeah. Just show you the new body.
Nice.
I can't believe they didn't make it a 2.0 chassis summit. That's crazy.
So here it is. Here's the news that was sent out on March 22nd, which nobody
Wow.
talked about. The new orange. This is a versatile all-terrain performance with updated orange paint, so it's going to be even better than all the other ones.
Yeah.
I never knew paint made them go faster or handle better. Did you?
And it's thought it was the stickers that made you go faster, not the paint.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Pinstripes.
Well, I've always heard that if you wax them with mothered wax, it makes them slicker through the air. So.
10 LED lights. Is that new? Can't remember. I got to count the LEDs on my Summit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 6 on the back bumper, 4 on the top,
Okay.
4 on the front.
Yeah, but the 4 on the top were optional.
Gotcha. So 6 on the back bumper, 4 on the front.
Yeah.
There's your 10. Yeah, the
6.
top ones are off.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's 3 little red ones on each side of the back bumper.
Yeah, so I don't know when they came out with this new paint job, because this paint job is different than my red one.
That style of paint came out in 2012. That's when I got mine, when they came out with the green one
Okay.
instead of the yellow.
Yeah, I must have the first version of the Traxxas then. Those things are built like a tank. They just last forever.
Yeah, they do. I've been fine with the stock power plant and that. It's good.
Same thing
It's
with
got good working batteries. It's good.
Yeah, that's the worst thing is getting a good working battery. And like it says here, if you're running a 5800 milliamp, that means 2 of them, you get about 15-minute runtime. That's about right.
Really?
25 minutes with 7600.
I would throw some zombie 120C packs in that thing, see what it'll do.
There you go.
Now you might hurt the ESC just a little bit.
No, C doesn't affect that.
Nah.
Well, you get more power going to the ESC.
Yeah, but the ESC will only take what it needs.
That's
If you
true.
put more voltage into it, then yeah, but the discharge won't really affect it. Too little discharge will actually affect it more than too much. Puff batteries.
Okay, cool. What are you working on tonight, Miles?
I am trying to fix my bearings from driving my car out in the pavement. I got some grit in them. So I'm putting the 1-up bearing oil to them.
What are you doing driving your street car on the street?
Yeah, what are you doing on the street?
Is that actually your carpet racer or just a street car basher?
Yeah, this is my carpet racer.
Well, did you get some drift tires or something? Why'd you take it outside?
I was testing out my cement pad to see what kind of traction it had,
Oh, right. Yeah, you wanted to make the backyard track.
but I should have swept it first. It was a bad idea.
You got lazy.
How come we never think of that before we do it? It's always after. Like, that was a bad idea.
Afterthoughts. That's what makes the hobby fun, though, is those afterthoughts, isn't it? Oh, hey,
We know better, but we do it anyway.
that's it.
So, Tank, when you coming racing?
Okay.
I'm scared.
Oh,
There's only 2 races
There's only,
left.
there's only 2 chances left, and then we lose Chesterville completely. I don't know if you heard, but that venue is going away for us.
Oh, really? That's
really?
Yeah, so you got 2 opportunities left, and then we're homeless.
Goodness.
What's happening to your track, John?
I wonder what they're doing with the old home hardware in Sarsfield. I see cars there once in a while, but I wonder what they're doing because there's lots of room inside there, and there's always people there.
I don't know. Same as there's the Bourgeotel here in town. It's been empty for years and years and years, but I don't even know. I mean, I could call the leasing company and see, but I doubt anyone would want to come out here to race.
Well,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on. It's not as far
Lose
as
all the
going where
Brockville
you're
guys.
going right now.
What's that?
Bourget is closer to Ottawa than where you're going right now.
Yeah, but we got a lot of Kingston and Brockville and Cornwall. They want to keep it where we can pull in outsiders. But
Okay.
yeah, the school. So the racetrack that we go to now, it's a school that was privately owned, and they've sold it. And the new owner doesn't want any of the things that were in there before to be in there. So there was a church, and there was us, and they rented it out, and a bunch of stuff, and it's all being kicked out.
Huh.
Yep, they kicked out a church.
The nerve of
That's
those
pretty
guys.
good. Yeah. We don't want church here. Well, just as long as they don't start putting cots in there and housing refugees, I'm fine.
So the guy who organizes it has said that he's definitely going to make it happen somewhere else. There's going to be meetings about where and when and how they're going to do it.
Yeah. So right now, after racing's over, we're going to be having a meeting of GFX Works and the on-road track, and we're going to be talking about a combined compound for all three tracks.
Okay. But that's going to be hard to bring it from one place to another.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work to have it like be oval and on-road and off-road and have everything and drift maybe too. I mean, that's the dream, but how to make it happen, I don't know. They need
Right.
something enough
My
where
car
it
is
can
ready
have
for the
enough
next race.
members to cover the rent of a place like that for a month.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you guys only race 2 times a month, I think, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it hard.
I think the frequency of the racing would increase if they get a permanent home. They would almost have to.
Regan Silence is saying ARRMA is on the war path. Look out, Traxxas. I don't think Traxxas has to worry about them.
No, I don't believe they do either. I'd say Practice is pretty well safe with their marketing and their notoriety. You know, they've got a pretty good selection of cars,
Yeah.
trucks, all kinds of things.
Traxxas appeals to the beginner RC.
That's very true. Because when I started out, my very first vehicle, well, my second vehicle was Traxxas T-Max. So my first one was a Duratrax stadium truck, and it was 2-wheel drive. I learned then how to rip out and lock up the differential gears in a rear-wheel drive only vehicle because I used to rip those things out all the time. I tried maybe weld, and it didn't hold. Tried all kinds of other things, and then lessons learned. I finally found out that if you take some really good plastic epoxy and fill the whole dip up with it, it'll usually hold.
Cool. That's a nice gold paint job you did on that truck on your shelf.
This one back here,
Yeah.
that's just Max the RCX10. It's dusty. I'm thinking about taking this one out tomorrow and playing a little bit. I've been working my butt off around the house, but it's kind of like a fade stripe with a bronze, copper, and based in black. Of course, I put the headlights and tail lights in it and stuff. Don't have a bumper. This one here was actually a give me, and then the body that was on it, and of course the plastic link that was on it, I upgraded. And then the wife wanted to ride with me, so I had to make her and put her in there.
Cool.
So that's kind of one of them kind of a freebie, I guess, is what you'd say. Of course, I put a new ESC in it because the ESC was burned up when it was gifted. So axial, I don't remember the numbers, but it's just a standard axial SCX10 ESC in it. He did, and I cannot tell you what the name brand of these shocks are, but they are internal spring shocks. So he had that already upgraded.
Okay.
And they're pretty nice. They work pretty good. Of course, I'm running the 2.2 tires on it because grandbabies use it too, and so it makes it easier for them to crawl with it. Got a video, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube of my grandson driving this one, and I was driving the Red Cat down around Johnson's Ridge Trail. About a 2.5 mile trail, you know. It's pretty decent. Yeah, it's dusty. I got to dust all these things off. Got to pull batteries out of some of them that we were playing with last Saturday. Oops. Throw them on the truck.
Yeah, looking at your truck and seeing how high it is, that's the normal thing. And internal springs, that's not new. It's been around for a long time. But I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him to run his truck in droop setup so that his tires would look more into the rear well. And his answer to that was, no, I want to have as much flex as I want, as I can. And I'm there looking at him and thinking, and you still get the same flex, except it's backward.
Exactly.
So when you run your shocks in droop, it's just that you don't have the compression. It's already compressed. But when you go over a bump or something, it will compress and it will have the same compression of the shock because the shock shaft is exactly the same length. It's I actually have a shock here because I converted my man, it's bad I don't have another shock. This one actually has a internal spring into it. So what you do, and I got a video that actually shows this, but if I pull this out, it actually pulls itself back in by itself. Because there's a spring inside that actually pulls it back.
Right.
So this actually pulls your axles back to the truck. So when you're going on a rock and you're going like in a big hole, let's say there's one big hole, if you have full flex, your wheel would just fall into the hole. Compared if there's no flex or no reason to flex, your axle is going to stay straight and you're just going to roll over the hole. So it's really cool having droop setup on a truck. It's completely different. It's really nice. And that's why I left the farm truck. Where is it? Oh, it's on the other side. Where's my farm truck? It's not there anymore. Oh, it's right behind me. Right here.
Yeah.
So the farm truck is actually running droop at the back, but actually shocks in the front.
Okay.
So it's a nice setup. And this year my son's going to try it, but he's been driving his Jeep in droop setup for years. So I got to make a video explaining this to people, but explaining it in a way that makes sense is having a running video of the truck going over something and actually showing, see, you have just as much flex. It's in droop now. Everything's backward.
Exactly. That'd be a cool setup to do. You need to do that video, Tank. You really do. That'll explain it to people like me a lot better. You know. I was undecided on whether to take out my 1/8 scale at feed or play with this one here tomorrow. But like I said, I'm still in the process of moving things around where we've moved into this place and all that. So I've still got a lot of work to do here, but I've about worked out.
Cool.
We're gonna go play. Me and the grandson got together the other day. Went down there to the community center and played with some trucks and cars and stuff, you know, and had a lot of fun. I needed it, and so did he, but I needed it worse. I had to get my fix.
So Larry, what kind of truck do you have the most? I see a lot of crawlers on your shelf. Do you have bashers? Do you have speed trucks?
I've got one basher as of right now that
I
I've
see a street.
modified, and then
I
of
seen a
course,
streetcar.
I've got of course Axiomatics. The one I got from Axiomatic. I can see if I can get this thing. It's sitting there on that little shelf. And then, of course, I've got the Gen 7. And then I've got this little Exceed right here. I've got
hurt your unicorn.
That's an Exceed, but I've changed out the tires on it.
Okay.
So I put different tires on it.
See you later, Tony. Okay, cool.
The Exceed is okay. It's got dual shocks and everything. It handles really good. Jumps good and everything like that. So it's a neat little basher. I just haven't. The wife doesn't want me to tear up her body. She says, "That's my truck. You can't tear it up."
That's a truggy body.
Yeah, it's like a truggy body, but they call it a monster truck, I think, is what they call it on Exceed's website. Of course, here's my original T-Max that I've converted into electric. I've done it the cheap way. So, but I've made my own battery mount and everything, and I'll throw a 2S LiPo on that thing. It'll ride wheelies forever. You know, it's hard to keep the front end down. Where I've got the battery mounted behind here, I just made a little tonneau cover to kind of cover up the hole a little bit. My battery mount is right. Let's see if I can get it right there. I just took me a piece of aluminum plate and put it in here and folded up the edges, strapped the battery to it.
Okay.
2S is the largest battery that'll fit in that. So that's about the only bashers I've got besides this stadium truck I got at Warhawk from Force RC.
And
it's kind of for a basher, you know, but it's not that.
Now, how do you like your unicorn? How do you like your unicorn? How do you like your HPI unicorn?
I love it. It's right on time. The only thing, and I actually bought this purple Mustang body, which I was working on cleaning it up. I actually bought this body to go on that unicorn chassis, but it's just one of those things to where I didn't want to set the unicorn chassis on the shelf or the body on the shelf and never play with it, you know. So I bought this thing to play with, so that's what I'm going to do. I went ahead and bought this Exceed drift car and put it together with the light kit and all that. I've got the little short video of it where me and my grandson was out playing last weekend.
Cool.
It's pretty nice. I ain't no drift man, that's for sure. I got a lot to learn about that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's completely different when you drift. I actually went to a drift track and I just put drift tires on the car, and then I was just trying to drift for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I was trying to drift. I was getting not bad, but it's not a drifter. It was a 4x4 and with just drift tires, and I was trying to drift, and then I said screw that. So I put the real tires on, and then I tried doing normal laps again. But then I was all screwed up because I was trying to drift for 30, 45 minutes, and then you go back to real racing, and you still got drifting in your head. So it kind of screws you up.
It sure does. It takes us young people a little bit longer, you know, just a little bit longer to recover from one option to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. Marvin had got a rear-wheel drive only drift car when I was down at JJ Customs, and he said, "Oh, I'll let you play with that." It was like driving in reverse gear on ice. I just had no control of the thing at all. And you know, I can fly the car on dirt for I can do huge arcs on dirt, and I'm not too bad on like a four-wheel drive drift car, but that rear-wheel drive only thing just different.
I'd say it was all over the place with just rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You can take a basher and run it out there in the wet grass and drift all day long, man. I'll drift those all day long in the yard, you know.
Yeah, I've got my JLB cheater on the side, and I've got these. I was having a tidy up the other day, and I forgot I've got these. They're from they're Exceed 1/8 scale drift tires.
They look big
with a 17, which means fit on the JLB cheater. So if it carries on raining tomorrow, I'm going to take those out to play.
I heard that. That ought to be a lot of fun on that cheetah like that.
It should be a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah.
So how's your truck with the saw blades on the wheels? Did you play with that more?
Oh no, that was the JLB cheater that was running the saw blades on. But yeah, I'm getting it ready to sell now. So I might have a quick drift around with it tomorrow on those tires, and then it's on eBay at the minute actually.
It's on eBay with the normal tires, not with the
the normal tires, not the saw blades. Yeah, eBay may have issues with it otherwise.
No, that could be very dangerous.
Well, I would have liked to run it at night because it got sparks when I was like trying it around the yard just as it was getting dark, and the wheels generate sparks quite easily. So I've been quite interested. But the thing is, when you build the speed up, it's got no braking ability. I don't know if you saw in that video I did of it. It just doesn't brake. You slam the brakes on, and it just carries on going forwards. And the only way to avoid anything is to turn. It's just losing. You don't realise just how much. It loses through having no wheels. You'd think it would grip a bit, but none of it. It just slides forward.
Well, it's very dangerous for somebody to actually do that and play with it, especially if there's people around.
Oh yeah, I was saying when I was filming it, I wasn't standing behind it. I wasn't standing in front of it in case any of the blades came off, and I kept checking. I kept stopping the camera and checking the blade. But I used rubber washers as well as steel ones on there. And if you just use steel ones, they would just come through virtually instantly.
Yeah.
But with rubber washers, that seems to grip on the blades.
No, rubber washers was a good idea for that.
Yeah. Although I've looked at my Losi XLE on the side there, thinking, hey, you could pick 9-inch cutting discs on that. But I've got all the parts from Horizon now to mend my Super Rockway, which has had endless electrical issues since I've got it. So I'm going to get round to doing that tonight and tomorrow morning, all being well.
Cool. So did you figure out what's your next challenge yet? Is it going to be a jumping challenge?
It's going to be a jumping one with some flips involved, but a rather interesting twist to it. Has everybody got those yellow hard hats to wear?
Oh boy.
Actually, I've got one that's black.
Mine's white. Mine's white because I was a supervisor.
I thought something, but I need somebody with me to film it out. Somebody who's rather brave, actually.
It's too bad I'm too far because I'm game for anything.
Well, I'm thinking of this. I think there's going to be two ways of doing the challenges. One is you could film it with a friend, or the extremely dangerous way is to film it with your own. And I'm thinking at a minute, if I can't get anybody out to film it, I'm going to have to film it on my own.
No.
It should be all right. It should be all right.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
You hope.
Yeah.
Thanks for the prize, Richie. I did receive it.
Oh, good.
Is your medical insurance paid up?
I haven't opened it up yet to try it, but I did get it last week. So thank you.
All right. Good.
And I did get mine 2 days ago.
Excellent. I bet you've opened yours, Tang.
Yes, I did open it and looked at it and played with it. I put it in my pack sack and I was going to show it off tonight, but I forgot it upstairs in my pack sack.
It's quite handy. I found it's quite useful for when you're out in the field, just slipping it in your pocket. So much less painful to sit on than one of those little scratches.
It looks nice.
Well, on the desk here, I'm too lazy to pick up my other drivers, so I always use this stupid old
Yeah.
on my
that's like
desk
awful.
always to do that. But now that I have the other one, I'm probably going to use that a heck of a lot more.
I modified one of those little the cross ones that you showed up there. I got I had a spare hex bit that went in the end of one end of it, and
Okay.
I cut the side lugs off, glued that in, and I fit it in my cordless drill. And so I just loose just to take a couple of like half turns of thread on the wheels if I'm doing a lot, and then just use the electric drill for undoing the rest. You can do
Cool.
like 4 wheels in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah. See, I have these, but sometimes I'm just lazy to open up the drawer and take it out.
Yeah.
Of the package. So I just leave it in the drawer, and since this is on the desk all the time, doesn't take a lot of room, I just play with this guy.
Yeah, I try and keep. I try and keep everything as tidy as possible because I find getting more done. Like, I was getting it like really cluttered, and I had like 3 or 4 cars out on the side at once, and I was finding I was just getting slower and slower and getting less and less done. And I find since I've been putting all the tools back into place each time, even if only for like a minute, 30 seconds, I'm finding it's working better for me. I'm getting through stuff quicker.
Cool.
But it's still a mess though.
Oh yeah, I was working on the Winnebago this week, and I almost went live or this weekend. I'm doing the interior of it, so I rebuilt the door. So I cut out a piece of cardboard. This is kind of paper cardboard, but it has a wood grain finish on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I did is I cut a bunch of pieces, and I'm going to be gluing this onto it with just normal glue, and I'm putting body panels everywhere. So it's going to have a nice wood finish in the Winnebago.
Nice.
And I actually fixed the door with a piece of styrene. I got to re-glue it, but I put a piece of styrene, and I did put some shelf in there. One fell because I do have to use a different glue. But I did put some shelf in there. So I tried using the styrene glue to glue it on, but it didn't stick to this. So I'm going to use a contact, or I might even use shoe glue to glue that shelf. So I'll try a couple different things. But slowly we'll get the interior done.
It does take time.
That's what I like sometimes working on these things is just little fine details. That's makes it fun. Cool.
Hey Tank, did you ever see my Nationals bodies?
I saw some of the pictures of your car, yeah.
Yeah, I was just fixing up my body from Nationals here. Here it got all cracked, and I was shoe-gooing it.
Well, how did it get all cracked? Were you hitting walls?
More people hitting me.
Oh, people hitting you. Okay. You're gonna stick to that story, right?
Out in front of them.
It was not because you were throwing yourself in front of them. They were actually coming and hitting you.
I don't know. John has the footage. Ask him.
Oh,
I've been sharing that race footage, by the way, John.
Yeah, I got to see how many more I have. I probably have enough for one more full race of an A main. I think I recorded one more. I don't remember what it was. Maybe a pan car, maybe a mod touring car. I don't know until I look at it.
John, you missed out on the craziest thing ever. The last race that, like, after you left the mod 12 scale A main was the most insane race ever. It would have been a good one to record.
Because it was really like messy, or it was a lot of back and forth?
No. So the top 5 cars were about a foot away from each other, like in a train, for like 5 minutes straight.
Wow.
And number 1, the driver was from Britain. 2 and 3 were from Japan. 4 was from US, and 5 was from Canada.
Nice. Wow.
So it was a pretty crazy race.
Yeah, that would have been good to see.
What was the lap time between an A main and you guys? What was the lap time difference?
So for me in my class, they were putting in 16.5s, and I was putting in 17.2s.
Okay, that's not that far apart.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's like a 1 to 2 second difference. Probably around 1 second difference.
Guess it does make a lot of. It makes a big difference. Oh, there's a car on the carpet on the bed.
Say it.
Good
That's his
evening,
new
ladies and
crawler.
gentlemen.
That's the new
Hey.
crawler.
Basher boy.
Hey, Bush boy, how you doing?
How's it going? How's everyone?
Good.
Doing good. Hey, have you had that UDR out yet?
Yeah, actually, I ran it this evening. Expect a video
Yeah.
tomorrow. So
Awesome. I'll have to catch that.
awesome. Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, it would be uploaded. I'll probably do it tonight, if not tomorrow. Depends how I feel. So
Cool.
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 So, RC Basher Boy, I have a not a challenge, but a proposition for you. I guess that's how you would call that, a proposition.
Did we
Okay.
put our earplugs in?
I want to do a collaboration video with you,
Okay.
with your Losi Mini 8 and my Losi Mini 8.
Okay. The
How
Okay.
that's going to work is you can film some footage of your own, and I'll film some footage of my own, and then I'll put my footage up on the web for you to grab it. You can edit it, and you do the
Okay.
same. You give it to me. I'll do a video editing with me
Okay.
editing it and with your footage and my footage. In
Okay.
other words, Canada versus US, or not really versus, Canada and US, which is going to be a OC Mini 8 video. And
Okay.
what I want to do is let's say if I do a donut, and I'm going to tell you, okay, how many different things I did. So I did donuts, I did jump, I did camera shots, jumping over the camera. I want you to do the similar shots. So when we put the video together, it looks almost the same. So it's going to cut to me doing the thing, and then it's going to be you doing the thing, and then we cut to me, and so on. So it's just going to be two different cars, two different drivers doing the same thing, and just having fun.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. You're gonna have to walk me through the whole process of where to upload it, how to upload it,
Yeah.
what do I do?
That's no problem.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be more than happy to do that. And actually, my Losi Mini 8 is handy. Let me see if I can grab it here.
But it won't be for another maybe 30 days, maybe another month, because there's too much snow here right now. There's no way I can bash. I just got to wait for the snow to melt. And there's still 3 feet of snow in the back of my yard. So.
Okay. No problem. So this one, right?
Oh, that's the old one. I want the new one. Where's the new one? I thought you had the new one.
I have an 8E, but you said a Losi Mini 8.
Yeah, we could do it with that one also.
He wants to do the desert buggy.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes. Yeah, I have that in blue. Actually, I don't have that handy. But yes, I do have that.
Okay.
And actually, I have the full version of that one too, because it's the Losi TEN-SCTE.
Yes.
I do have that as well. So whichever one you want.
So yeah, we could actually do a mix of both Losi, because you have the blue, I have the red, you have the black. So we could do a mix of Losi Mini 8s, in other words.
I mean, I have the black, the blue, and the black and green.
A lot of minis.
Lots of minis.
So.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna hop out of here, guys. It's starting to get late.
Yeah, it's 11:22. We're close to ending it, anyways. Thanks for joining in, Miles.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully, I'll see you at the track next race, April 7th.
No, you won't. If it's April 7th, you won't.
Okay, April 14th.
April 14th, probably. April 7th, I'll be sitting in the plane heading to Vegas.
Oh.
To El Paso?
And City, here we go.
To El
NAB.
Paso, you mean?
No, Las Vegas, Nevada.
El Paso, Texas?
No, there's nothing for me to do in El Paso, Texas.
Yes, actually, yes, there is. You have to come here. We have to bash together.
Right there.
we have to bash together, and we have to settle something that we have been talking for weeks since I've known you. Which one is best, the Exoterra or the Glamisphere?
Well, everybody knows it's the Exoterra. It's a full vehicle.
No, that doesn't matter.
And plus, I got a 1/8 system in mind.
It's same here. I have a 6S capable ESC, which I mean is pointless, but you know
Yes,
it's
it
in
is
there.
pointless. Way too much power.
But I can handle. I could handle power.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Tank, I'm
Do
just
it, man.
Meet
Tank.
between Vegas and
All
Texas.
right, well, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
See you later.
Take it easy, man. We'll see you.
Tank, I've just sent you a picture of a car I saw in JJ Customs the other day, which you might. I'm not sure how to showcase it, so I've sent it to you via email just now. And it's one that somebody. It was in JJ Customs, but it didn't catch fire there. It's one somebody's brought in, and it shows you what happens when you leave a LiPo battery connected to a nickel metal hydride charger for too long and go and leave it.
Ooh, you burn your house down. That's what happens.
No, I did it, and I didn't burn my house down. The battery
Really?
was like 4 times the size, but I didn't. Burn
Wow.
Oh, this one, the whole. I've sent it over, so hopefully you can be able to open it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just opening it now.
Yeah.
Don't know where I left my tire washer. It's probably still in the car.
That's a car, guys.
Whoa. Nice.
No, that's a special body that was full of tape. But the battery melted or what?
Yeah, the whole thing, all of the electrics inside, the chassis, everything is just molten. That's the shot from the front. I should have got one ready from on top of it. But there's just like 2 big holes in there where everything's just melted through. But the guy, that was a custom-made body that he made. He scratch-built that body for the car. And the whole thing's just gone. But I said to them they should put it in the middle of a rock crawling course. Because the new rock crawling course opens there Sunday. But it's looking quite impressive now. I thought it was good the other day. But somebody's shifted about 3 or 4 tons of rocks in there in the past few days. It's quite impressive. Yeah.
Cool. So he tried charging his battery.
Yeah,
his
the
LiPo,
guy left it.
and left it there.
Yeah, left it. It charged the LiPo battery, but he's put it on a nickel metal hydride charger and left it on too long.
That's horrible.
That's not brilliant.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, if those of you guys that, like, for example, have a LiPo battery that is going bad, if you know, like for example, if a battery goes if it goes too low voltage, sometimes the chargers don't even pick it up. It says that it's error, I think.
Yeah,
Or lost connection or something like that. So the way
down to 1% the other day.
Yeah.
My ESC didn't shut off. I need to check
Oh,
the
wow.
settings.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was a little spooked when I saw that.
And yeah, and the way to revive, and I'm just gonna put in quotations, to boost up the LiPo battery is by charging them via nickel metal. Charge them for a while.
That's just a myth. That doesn't work. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've never had to try it, but I've heard that before too.
No, yeah, you can try just for a little bit, and then once it picks up, you just go ahead and charge it via LiPo mode, and there you go. But
charger and balance it all out. Okay.
But if you are ever going to do that, you got to be like with it constantly, with your hand on it. Make sure it's not getting hot.
Yeah,
like you're basically blasting it with too much power to try and get it back. And then once it comes up to a certain point, then you can stop it, switch it back over to LiPo, and carry on.
Have you seen the video? There's a video on YouTube, and it's shot in Britain. It's in the early days of LiPos, and there's somebody with a Volkswagen Beetle and the thing's just ablaze, and people have got all their RC car gear and, you know, the benches set out the back of the cars. And only the British could be going and standing like 6 to 8 feet away from the car, peering in through the window. I mean, the whole thing's ablaze. And I'm watching it thinking, have any of you thought about the gas tank?
Yeah, really.
Oh man.
No, keeping the cars away. Everybody's just standing there thinking, the gas tank. It's got like, it's got like about 2 or 3 million views on YouTube, I think. It's, it pops up intermittently in my feed.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Just be thinking, oh, this car's on fire. Let's go over and have a look, you know. And that was from a lipo being left on charge in the back of the car, and the RC car caught fire and took the Beetle up with it.
Cool.
So, hey, Tank.
What?
If I everybody's hating me now because of my Spectrum rant, huh?
No.
Oh, no.
This is the way you replied.
But we heard what you had to say, and it's final. Don't talk about it anymore. Don't
No,
bring
no,
it.
yeah, and look, it's behind
just like
it.
a fishing story. Like my fish was this long. Yeah, it was this long. The fish was that long. I'm telling you, it was this long.
Following the other week, I typed in Spectrum radio issues in Google, and it pulls up 107,000 pages.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can just imagine. But no, I mean, what I was about to say is that so I've been talking about the ECX Gen 2 that I've been, you know, working on it here and there. Yes, the one that you're seeing on your screen, you know, this is the vehicle that I picked up, you know, a couple weeks ago, and it's finally finished. So if I can walk you through, you know, what I did to it, it's
Sure,
pretty
go ahead.
simple. So I went ahead and I let me see if I can. So there's the Spectrum receiver on there, and I put a 2S 3S ESC that actually came out of the Latera Ascender.
Wait a minute, wasn't that truck ready to run before?
Yes. I just changed out the electronics on it.
Okay.
So since I mean I know it has that what is that 2-in-1 system.
Yeah.
The ECX remote and all that. Yeah, I removed it and I put a Spectrum receiver on there and an ESC. The benefit of doing this is that, you know, you can run a 3S and also I can bind it to my only 3 remotes that I have. So that's another thing. So yes, and you're seeing it here exclusively live in Tank's RC Live Talk. So
Cool.
expect a video of this in a couple of days also. Like I said, I ran the UDR today. Probably tomorrow or the day after I'll run this one. And see how she does. And I'm very curious because you know, it's the tires feel really good. The only thing is this servo horn. I know that ShenRC mentioned about the play, and this one also has play on the servo, on this servo.
Okay.
So most likely I'll put a different servo on there for that. No
So
problem.
is it the servo horn that has play or the actual servo that has play?
No, the actual servo that has play.
Okay, even when there's power to it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to make it 4-wheel steer? Because that's an easy conversion on those.
Actually, I mean, I don't have big plans on this. Most likely, I'm just gonna run a big old servo on there, and you know, I'm just gonna let it be.
Yeah, because if you look at the back of it, it's the same as the axle and everything's the same as the front. So it's a relatively simple conversion. All you need is the servo reversing cable, and you can buy a Y splitter one, and just run it off the same receiver.
Right? Yeah. Just split it and.
Did it on the original one.
Stand up back there already for your servo mount. So.
The only thing, I mean, I guess everybody has their own opinion, but you know, the downfall of this vehicle is that the the mortar can is a smaller can. It's not a, what is it, a standard 3.
Yeah, that's a
I think
380 mortar. It's a small
that's a
mortar.
380, right? And then the one, the bigger can is a 3. What is it? 540.
440.
Yeah, 440 can. So
Yeah.
I was looking to see if I can actually put a bigger mortar on there, and I'm stuck with that. Mortar
Yes, you
on
are
there,
stuck
so-
with that, and I would not try to put a bigger motor in there because that truck is what's called a worm drive, so it's geared to go slow. So
Yeah,
it's got, for that weight of that truck, that motor is sufficient.
and it is, yeah, and see, that's why I don't have plans, for this vehicle, because yeah, I can go all out and put four-way steering and make it look nicer, and
Yeah, I
no,
had the original one, and that was one of the ones that inspired me to set up my own channel for RC stuff, because I did the whole hog on it. I got 4-wheel steering, a step-by-step conversion on there on YouTube, and I fitted a brushless motor, which my local hobby store just happened to have lying around spare, and the brushless power was just like too much for it.
Yeah,
It was. It was, because the original suffered, definitely the ARRMA, the original one, suffered really badly from torque twist. The minute you applied the throttle, the whole body went over, even just the toe throttle on there. Whereas this new one, from what I've seen, doesn't seem to have that same problem at all. But the original was a horrible one, the torque twist, and just multiplied when I've made it brushless.
and here's the thing. I mean, I don't want to trash this. I mean, I don't really want to push it, over the limit. I mean, I know it's a crawler.
The brushless power was way too much for it. I put on the article on there, do not do this conversion because it's just not needed.
Exactly.
People writing to me saying, "Oh, well, how can I make it go 30 miles an hour?" I'm there like, "Well, buy a Traxxas buggy instead." Like,
yeah.
What's a 30 miles an hour crawler? You can't run at 30.
So I know this is a big no-no, but I just turned it on so you can see the lights.
Ooh.
And,
yeah.
I mean, I don't have the remote here, so if it goes off, you know why. I don't have the remote on.
There it goes.
There it goes, huh? So yeah, so you've seen it in RC Talk here with the Tank RC.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you upgrade those tires, or that's what it comes with?
That's what it comes with.
They look nice.
The only thing I upgraded was the receiver and the ESC.
Okay.
That's about it.
So RC Voodoo wants to know who hasn't sent me stickers. My collection is weak.
I have not sent you stickers yet, RC Voodoo, but I've got to email you and we'll exchange addresses here pretty quick.
RC Voodoo, I've sent my sticker to a lot of people, to be honest. I don't keep track, but if you have one, okay, if you need some, let me know. Contact me via email, and we'll exchange addresses and stuff.
Oh yeah, RC Basher, didn't I promise you I was going to send you an email with my address last week?
And I'm still waiting for it. So
I gotta remember to send that to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still here waiting. Just so you know.
Yeah, and I got to get off my lazy ass and do myself some real channel stickers, some vinyl ones. So.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't even got yours yet. I don't believe I need to get yours too, don't I?
Nobody's got mine except from for the guy that Travis RC. He's the only one that's got one that I printed on a shipping label, and they're not meant to go outside, but they're nice to go on a sticker board and things like that, or on a car. But they're not waterproof. So I did send some to him, but he's the only one that has some right now. And I've been saying to everybody, yes, I am going to make them, and I will make them. But I've been saying this for the past 4 years now. So be patient.
I'm not trying to plug a company, but this is who I use to get my stickers done.
Sticker Mule, cool.
Yeah, I've heard that's what someone recommended them to me recently too. They said Sticker Mule is great.
They are waterproof. They are
RC.
sunproof. They are everything. And you do your artwork. That's an actual picture of a chain that I found online, and I just put my logo on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're really good because if you use something like Vistaprint or whatever, they're not waterproof. They wipe right off. They're garbage stickers.
These are definitely waterproof and sunproof. I've got them on my RCs. They're bash proof, actually.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing, Vistaprint, it's like Reader's Digest. Once Vistaprint have your email, that is it. Your life is over. They will never leave you alone.
Yeah, really.
Really?
every once in a
Right
while,
there.
I'll get a special where you can get like 30 or 50 stickers for $19 from Sticker Mule, and that's when I buy mine. So
Sticker Mule.
I buy
Yeah,
20
I
bucks for 50 of them, you know.
I tried to get some of mine printed locally from Jordan. Actually, Jordan's parents have a vinyl cutter, so we tried putting my logo through, but my text is too small and kept ripping it up. So I'll go to Sticker Mule and see what they can do.
Now they are pretty pricey on their prices if you don't get a special.
You don't get a deal.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that. It's quite good. Is it 4-day turnaround? That's not bad at all. Because one of the ones I looked at, a couple of people recommended one company. They were like really cheap, but then it said that it was like 3 to 4 weeks turnaround. I was like, I don't want to wait that long.
Wow.
I submitted my artwork and they were through me within 4 days.
Yeah. Did you just send? I'd like to get some that are cut out like yours. Did you? How did on the artwork? They just you just sent them the image.
They diagnosed the sticker for you. So
yeah.
They match up your artwork with their cut.
Yeah, because I've got a good image I could send them, but I had no idea if it was meant to like cut around it or if they would present it, if you like, for want of a better term. Yeah. Right.
Hey, Tank. Also, just well, not to put a lot of pressure, on you sending me your address. I'm actually starting to run out of the RC Basher Boy stickers.
Oh,
and here's the thing. The guy that made me the stickers, I have no idea where he went. So I mean, probably I won't have stickers for quite a while. But as soon as I find them, I'm not gonna change my logo, but I wanna try something different. But I just wanted to see what other options are out there, because when I went to him, I told him, hey, you know what? I have a YouTube channel. This is what I'm called. And immediately, I got you, bro. And he just showed me that one. And it's like, you know what? I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
In the matter of minutes, it was just that, and he had the stickers, everything, everything done like in about 2 days. And so the only thing is I have no idea where he went. So hopefully he's doing well, once, and two, if I get a hold of him, I'll be like, hey, you know what? Make me another badge. And
I got these done at Teespring, and I got socks. So if you guys want socks, I can get socks.
Oh, my toes are cold.
That's cool.
Yeah, pair of socks. So I'm gonna fix the prices here. I didn't fix the price. They're still high markups, but I got to redo it, so it's much lower markup, almost half the price. But that said, I have to get Kagan's address because I want to send him some stuff, because for the simple reason, he's the one that actually did the logo for me. So I want to send these to him. So the cup actually has this on one side and has that on the other side. So that's the coffee cup, which is cool. So cool. I want to send him, I want his address so I can order it and deliver it directly to him. So probably a sticker.
And with that being said, if you send me your address, I want to send Kagan some stickers. So if you get that information, I would love to send them some RC Basher Boy stickers. So if you can help me, Tank, I would love to give Kagan, Green Frog RC, some stickers. So that would be awesome. Win-win.
Kagan, let me know what size of shirt you wear. I'll get you a shirt, a cup, and maybe a pair of socks.
Nice.
Pair of socks.
And some stickers, probably.
And some stickers from RC Basher Boy.
Yeah. So I made this one. It's a sorry. The size of the stickers is 3x6, 3 inches by 5 inches. So, and then you just cut out what you want and put it on the truck. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cut them out, and then I made 2 of these stickers that are just our normal ones. And then I have white T-shirts because my logo is black. I didn't bother making it white yet. So
That's cool. That looks awesome.
So I want to send Kagan some stuff. So because that's for payment that he made the logo for me. So, but he didn't ask for it. He didn't ask to get paid. He just sent it to me. Nice guy.
Yes, and same here. I mean, nice guy, and I just want to send them some RC Basher Boy stickers.
I don't know. I was always told to be careful with the quiet people.
Yeah, you might get a painting in return or something.
I've just been looking as we're talking on those, you know, the pop sockets you can get to go on the back of your phone.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be quite good with a logo. I wonder about something for giveaway. Something like that might be quite good. But
Vanessa wants to know what kind of socks do you have.
Polyester.
These, no, pop sockets. Those little things. They're going back of the phone. So I thought that'd be quite good with the logo on as a giveaway. It's nice and easy.
It would be.
Yeah. Little pop thing.
But they vary from the sublime to the ridiculous on the price. If you just want one, you can get your own logo made for like $15, and they'll send you just one. Or you can have them mass made, like 100 of them.
Wow.
For $6.75 each, which is not quite what I had in mind.
Yeah.
True.
Hey, Driftomaniacs.
Yep.
I know you also requested some RC Basher Boy stickers.
Yeah.
Right now, I just been swamped with mail. You know, I've been getting requests, you know, on the daily basis. So I haven't even gone to the post office yet. So just bear with me. You'll be getting them.
If it's an urgent bill, they'll send somebody round.
But yeah, you'll get them, man. You'll get them.
Yeah, no worries. No worries on the time at all. Yeah.
So the sock are just tube socks, and I put in the front. I put RC Talk in the front, and on top of your foot, you'll have RC Talk, and on your shin, on the front of your shin, whatever the feet, you're gonna have the Tank RC, and at the back, it's actually written like this at the back, which is kind of cool. I find the way it is. So somebody was asking what kind of socks they are.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say. It just says it's a tube sock, crew sock they call it.
And most likely it'll be cotton, probably.
Yeah, be cotton. Crew shop. Yeah.
It doesn't say. But it'll keep you warm.
I'd say you need those with 3 foot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Hey, Vanessa, Kitty, how you doing? Thanks for dropping by. We're a bunch of guys here just talking about radio control cars. I got lots of them at the back of me. Yeah, pop stickers would be pop thing for the back of the phone. That would be a good idea.
I got that little. That's what sent me thinking. I went around the TEN-SCTE Museum in Scottsdale.
Oh.
I'm sure if you find out some local shops near your area that does advertising stuff, they might come up with a cheaper price. than what you can get online sometimes.
Yeah, I just thought I don't want to buy 100, but just say like 20 or 30 might be good for giveaway.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing something similar to that because I just hit 2,000 subscribers, but I don't know if I'll wait for the next number that hits. So we'll see. It's going fast.
Awesome! Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was actually a witness when you actually hit 2,000.
Yeah, that was on Steve O'D's channel. We actually asked some people, go sub to him. He needs help.
So we're like, go for it, go sub him.
And see, just in 1 week, it went up like, 1 week, less than a week. I'm at 2,023. So just this week, I got 23 subs. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
good.
Here's the thing, I gain like 2 subs and then I lose like 1 every day. So it's like I gain 2, I lose 1. I gain another 2 and then I lose 1.
You're still ahead.
You know.
Well,
But
Keep going.
that's why I mean I don't even look at the number, man. Really, I just
I don't
all I'm
either.
here is just for fun, and you know that's all that counts. You know. So,
Fluctuates so much. I don't know.
Hey man, we breathe you, brother.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm gaining on you, Richie, or not. I don't know. I don't know if you're pulling away or if I'm gaining.
No, you do car. Some of your good ones are on the big auto stuff as well, aren't you? Which I don't do.
Yeah, the tech and the car stuff seems to be doing very well. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do the same, but no, I mean the daily driver, the car that I have now, I don't know. I need to get something.
I
cool.
wouldn't necessarily recommend anyone do it because it does alienate your audience a bit. Like it splits your audience, right? Some people only want to see RC. Some people only want to see car stuff, tech stuff. I pulled it all together, and now I'm kind of stuck there. It does help me grow a little bit faster, but I also feel like I may lose a lot of people, or people don't watch every single one of my videos because it could be a different things. And with the algorithm, if you don't watch every one, then it stops showing them to you. So, you know.
Yeah, I split mine out. I had a channel that did all sort of general stuff, or anything around the house, different household goods. And one of the biggest things that I found that did really well, like just simple household products and gardening products, like testing different types of weed killers, bug sprays, things like that.
Yeah.
Got tens of thousands of views. And that was my gardening channel was actually doing way better than anything else, but I never concentrated on the subscribers. So although the channel was like way above the required view time for YouTube, the subscriber numbers was below 1,000. So they just switched that one off like overnight on that. And I've not anywhere near as I was in like 7 acres in New Jersey, and I'm in there like a half-acre plot, and somebody come and does the yard for me. You know?
Yeah, so that did save me. That you know, when the YouTube thing happened last February, where you had to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. If I had have separated my channel, I would have lost monetization on all of them.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to start one on. There's quite a few car shows around in there, and I'd like to get into like covering some of the hot rods and custom cars and things like that. So I'm going out the weekend to one, and there's probably about one or two a month coming up over the summer months on there. And there's plenty of footage for going around, and people seem quite eager for you to showcase their cars on there. And I went to the Good Guys car show in Scottsdale, and they've got a gorgeous. Was one been on one that was. I looked it up in quite a few magazine covers and things. It's a twin turbo Ferrari engined Mustang, and it's called Corrupt. If you look at it, it's called Corrupt Mustang, and Corrupt with 2 T's, hence the twin turbos on there. 700 horsepower, but it is just like immaculate. I mean, it's newer than new factory cars, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Wow.
And but people seem quite eager to see. You know, people like seeing. You know, if you start chatting with people, they're quite eager to talk you through what they've done to the car. So I thought that's something I could quite like to get into a bit more. I'm quite thinking of buying something older to drive around in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to go up to Scottsdale once a year on a business trip. Then I'd stay the weekend because my brother lived over in Chandler. We go to the car shows. It was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really busy. It was the Good Guys one was really really busy, and I joined when I was there because you got like a discount on the car shows because there's 4 at Alameda County Showground, which is just across the bay from me, and there's more there than anywhere else. So yeah,
Cool.
We used to stay at that hotel that was right there where that PGA golf course was at. And those rooms were expensive, but I didn't pay for them. The company did.
the Fairmont,
What's that?
the Fairmont Princess. That's the one by the golf
Didn't
course.
ring a
The Fairmont Princess. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, looks like Earl or C just dropped back in, so I guess since he's back, it's time for us to end the stream.
All right,
About that
Earl.
time. How you
Hey,
doing, Earl?
Alvin.
Thanks for dropping in. Just because of you, we're leaving.
What's up, Elvin? How's it going, man? Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, everybody's sick lately, sick in the head. Cool. Thanks, guys, for dropping in. We'll go around table real quick to say bye to everybody. Then we'll go offline, stay a little bit and chit chat if you guys want. But thanks everybody that showed up in the chat. I hope you had a good time. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. We'll talk to you later. And let's start off with Green Frog.
Have a great night, guys.
Have a good night, Green Frog.
Driftomaniac.
No, guys, thanks for watching.
John.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. And if you were wondering what I was wrenching on all night, it's the Kong head chassis. So I've got it.
All right. Another Kong head.
Did you put all the gears in there?
Yeah, all the gears are in.
That's a lot of
Good
gears
deal.
in there. Cool. Larry,
Y'all peace out. Have a good and be safe.
thanks for dropping in, Larry.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Basher Boy.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Buenos, good night is what?
Can we have
It's good night. It's good night. Good night, friends. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I was going to try to repeat, but I can't.
Oh yeah, it's
Doesn't flow out.
buenas noches, amigos.
Buenos noches, amigos.
There you go. Beautiful.
I know that amigos means friend.
Yeah, but amigos is something different in French.
Yeah.
Okay, Scottzilla.
See you guys next time.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you next week, and have fun. Keep those batteries charged up. We'll talk to you later.